this Acer team, actually, I'm roommates with one of the that guy on the left with the kind of emo-ish black hair. I'm actually his roommate, and he was just up so early, going to sleep so early. He definitely is taking this serious, but anyway, we're going into the ban and pick phase. Let me move the monitor.
Alright guys, we're going to jump into these picks and bans right now. Of course, the first ban from Acer is going to be Oriana, led by Blitzcrank and Evelyn. We saw first matches between IG and World Elite. They played Evelyn and completely dominated with her.
Domination.
Yeah, and then on Curse, we have the Jace ban, Aurelia, and Karthus. That weird Karthus scan once again popping up.
Yeah, that really threw me off the first time I saw it. I'm like, is that Pantheon? Because it kind of looks like the Pantheon from NA.
And Jace is a really good ban, especially for Soft. Soft actually said that he sometimes struggles against Jace because playing Diana, she is a very aggressive assassin champion, and Jace can pretty much counter her really well. Jace right now is in a really extremely strong top. People have been playing him like crazy. People really enjoy him because of his melee and his range ability.
So an Ezreal first pick from Acer, not too surprising, but see what Curse will follow up with their two picks. There's a lot left open. We got a Malphite possibly, or Sona is very popular these days. There's a Malphite. Maybe also Vlad and Nocturne, two very good picks. Will they go Rammus? This could be a bit of a troll pick, or a troll.
Maybe Saucy is picking Malphite, making sure that Acer doesn't pick Malphite. Although he does say he loves Diana, maybe he just wants to eliminate that Malphite pick for Acer.
Wow, I actually got both those picks right. Go me. Anyway, that you got the initiation from Malphite, and the follow-up ult from Sona is just really, it's just so good in team fights. If they can just build their team around those two champs, they can have a really nice time.
And now we see the pickup of Skarner and Zyra. Like we said, every match we've seen Zyra and Ezreal or Zyra and Corki. It's been a very popular thing in Asia, and obviously it's a very popular thing in Europe as well.
I'm pretty sure that those are the exact picks that SGS did last game. Ezreal first, and then Skarner, Zyra.
Wow, it looks like top maybe going with Draven or Draven. I'm not.
Draven.
Draven? Yeah, Draven.
That's so Draven.
Speaking of Draven, which actually I haven't really seen a tournament play recently.
Yeah, it doesn't get played as often as the other ADs, but looks like he switched to Morgana. Will they pick up that Morgana first, or possibly instead of Draven?
No, I've seen Morgana's Nijaki, or Morgana's Nijaki.
Yeah, Morgana.
I've seen Morgana's Nijaki,
and
it's pretty phenomenal. Yeah, because Nijaki is now a champion. Everyone go play him. He's
just got released today, actually, in China.
And then that Olaf pickup, that's definitely going to go most likely to St. Vicious. I actually spoke with St. Vicious, and he's been playing a lot of Olaf. He said he really enjoys Olaf in the jungle. He's really a good tank and a good front line and strong pick.
So we're seeing Acer maybe tease at a Victor pick. Knowing Citizen Wayne, okay, yeah. I was going to say, he doesn't really play Victor. I don't know many people who do play Victor, but I was saying, like, knowing Citizen Wayne, he's probably going to go for that Gragas eventually, and he does pick it up right there, followed up by a Rumble pick for the top player.
And Rumble, actually, maybe 2-3 months ago, was a really big pick in Asia because he was so strong. And then he got nerfed, so now you don't really see him too often.
Yeah, his Q, like the fire thing, it got nerfed. Almost, like, I think it was bugged. It was bugged or something, and they took it down to their normal damage, and then Rumble kind of lost face. Like, he wasn't played for a really long time by a lot of different teams, but
that flame spitter got nerfed, and no one ever saw him again. But now we're seeing him from Acer. Maybe Ab is going to really show up, Rumble, make him more popular again.
I really hope so. I know Rumble is a pretty decent pick against that Malphite, forcing him to build that magic resist or else die to that really nice sustained end burst damage out of Rumble with his ults. Although in this matchup, I'm really excited to see what St. Vicious can do from the jungle, especially in conjunction with that Nijaki. If they can pull off some really nice ganks together and maybe roam around, and together their team fighting would be really nice. So I'm really excited to see what they can pull off in this game.
Get into it.
about 50 seconds. I'm not sure why we're staring at this. Okay, nice. This is a better view of Jackie, who's looks excited, nodding his head a little bit. He's like, I got this. I'm really
supporting
confident.
those gunners, man.
Yeah. I think they all got gunners on, right?
He's making sure his vision is prime.
It's prime, and his eyes don't get damaged too much from the screen. We're giving free advertising to gunners.
Actually, I think one of Curse's sponsors is actually Gunners. Gunners, Steel Series, TeamSpeak, and one other one.
You were very knowledgeable about Curse's sponsors.
Well, I mean, I know
these things.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
Acer is sponsored by Acer.
Yeah. Acer. They are. That makes sense. And there we got Citizen Wayne. He looks ready to go.
Stretching out his arms, his shoulders a little bit. Oh,
doing
like
his...
my elbow hurts. I'm trying to translate what he might be saying.
My elbow hurts really badly right now, guys. I'm sorry.
We're going to lose this match. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I'm really excited to get in this match. They're just preparing, putting everything together, making sure there's no technical difficulties.
Hope we don't get another pause like the second this game starts again. That would be disappointing.
Yeah. Seems like they're already trying to get in a game and pausing the matches so they can set up their keys and everything. So now let's get into it.
So, looks like we got another pause here. Even before some people were able to buy items. Pretty fast pause. I know actually when they were scrimming there was a lot of lag while they were scrimming. They had to pause a bunch of times. So maybe that's still going on. Maybe the internet around here is not so good. But it hasn't really been bugging them while the game's been going on. Maybe just at the beginning.
I'm gonna have to say though, the Korean internet is literally godlike.
Yeah. All over Korea.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi all over the place. But
you're like rocking 8 ping, which
all day.
Yeah.
Because the server's actually there in Seoul, Korea. We live in Seoul, Korea, so it's like basically no ping.
Yeah, we're on that T1 connection. We're zooming in on.
I actually learned something. My girlfriend was talking about noses, and if they're bent, it means like he'll be wealthy. And St. Vicious has a really bent, so maybe he's going to be really wealthy.
So?
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, he was on CLG, now he's on Curse. And Curse has a lot of money, I think, because they live in a mansion.
Maybe it makes sense. And
maybe.
This guy, I spoke to him, he is very, very knowledgeable. I think he's the support player, but he's a little bit nervous. This is his first LAN. That's something we talked about before, how some of these Acer guys are very new to their first LAN, but wow, that was a really loud ping. Looks like the game is starting.
Looks like we have Ezreal and Zyra already going to mid. Most likely going to set up for this blue. Make sure it's not stolen, and set a ward down to prepare for the. I know that Curse occasionally likes to do an invade. It's going to be interesting.
Surprising, actually, none of these games have we had a level 1 anything really. Just a lot of placing wards, a lot of spreading out, making sure no invades happen. Got Rumble already teasing that he's going to go bot lane, bot Tribush. Actually, something I was watching, Curse was watching SGS and Acer scrim, and they were saying one of them was playing Ezreal Zyra, and they were getting like destroyed in the bot lane, and Cobb was like, that lane is so weak with Zyra, there's nothing she can do. Like, you can just dominate lane against the Zyra, and all the other people on Curse were like, oh, but Zyra's so good in team fights, but Cobb was like, look at this right now, you know, Zyra's getting dominated lane. So we'll see if Cobb can maybe live up to his name.
Every time I talk to Cobb, he's always so like certain. He's always like so confident, and he knows when he says what he says, he means it, and it's 100% like correct. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
similar personalities out of the 80 carries.
Yeah, he just knows he's right, and he will argue his.
He's like, no, you're trash. Well, that's double F, but.
Yeah.
And actually, we got 4 people up here for Curse. It looks like they're going to go for a really late blue invade. I saw them do this in their scrim, actually. You're going to have 4 people who are going to invade with that Morgana Q. Is so powerful. And actually, they get the vision, they force Acer to back off, and they're probably going to be able to pick up this easy blue. Steamfish is smiting it there, and they're going to be able to get that timer. It's going to be around 2:10, about 7:10 when it respawns. So already a very early lead for Curse, not able to kill anyone, but picking up the early buff, probably going to give Olaf 3 buffs to Skarner's 1, and a lot of less farm to Skarner.
And I think this is the first time we've actually seen both ADs going top in the tournament, and both top laners being bottom. Every time it's one AD top with the normal bottom with normal. This is the first time we've actually seen a traditional match, although they're not in the same lane.
I have to say that although Rumble is a good 1v2, I think Malphite is a little bit better just with this passive and natural tankiness. So I think Malphite was trying to go bot on purpose to do the 1v2 and force that 1v2, but Acer responding to that, but throwing their Rumble against that Malphite, which they definitely want. There we got a little shot at Curse.
Element supporting his goatee, looking like Liam Neeson.
We should just call him Liam Neeson. Like, not even Elements, he's just Liam Neeson.
Yeah, he's no longer Elements, guys. We're making him change his name.
People would know, like, what we're talking about, because they just look through the team, they'd be like, oh yeah, there's Liam Neeson.
Yeah, seriously. It's his son, or stunt double. We haven't decided yet.
Or both.
Or both.
Could be.
Both. Yeah, exactly. That's true. But,
anyway, Nijaki able to pick up that really early blue since Olaf was able to take the other one. So that's definitely going to give Nijaki a pretty good advantage against Citizen Wayne's very scary Gragas.
When you're talking about Cop and ideas for Zyra and how he feels about that team comp, you know, that really sets Cop apart from other ADs. I mean, yeah, Double F may be the same, but Cop is so confident, and he knows how to play this game so well and knows how to focus, and he's just an amazing player.
Actually, Citizen Wayne botching that tower farm a little bit. Missed the auto on one of them, got the barrels on the back ones, and actually the tower just killed all of them. So the farm there, maybe 4 or 5. That, of course, is because Morgana's able to easily push with that blue and just putting down the pools.
I'm really interested to see Citizen Wayne. During OGN, he played a lot of Ziggs and Gragas, and he's pretty known for his Gragas, but it looks like he's actually struggling a little bit against Nijaki's Morgana.
Well, with that early blue, it is so tough. Actually, Skarner was kind of teasing, maybe trying to gank onto that Malphite, but you see Olaf coming here, gonna meet Skarner in this push. They're gonna go at it 1v1 right now. Team Vicious with the double buff would be able to fight, and if they go 2v2, I think they might be able to win, but Team Vicious not wanting to risk it, not knowing where Gragas is, probably has a little better roam than Morgana, just gonna play safe, back it off.
Harassing that Gragas so well is really important, especially for Nijaki. Nijaki, a lot of cards, but this game he's really going with Morgana because he knows how strong Gragas is. He's going to use that Morgana to get extremely tanky and to last.
That Black Shield just all around, especially against Skarner. I mean, Morgana was picked after Skarner. If Skarner tries to ult someone with Black Shield, it just instantly loses its cooldown and just goes on cooldown, and nothing happens. So if he can time that Black Shield onto someone who's about to get pulled by Skarner, it effectively makes Skarner useless, because Skarner is a very strong ganker early game, but a lot of the times in the late game, he's just known for that flash ult. And if he is not able to pull that off, then what is he going to do, really? Sit there? Be a Scorpion?
Yeah.
What else? Like
hanging out. But we see both junglers clearing both jungles pretty nicely. Olaf now clearing the golems, and we go up to Cop. And actually, right now, Cop and Graves and Israel are really even. There's not too much of a difference between the two. We actually see Morgana pick up 2 Dorian's rings. She's already going for that extreme well as Gragas. Gragas is known for his taking, for being able to get away really easily, and he's extremely hard to gank. So it's going to be interesting to see if St. Vicious is going to Gragas.
Yeah, I mean, since Olaf, he's okay at ganking, but he only really has a slow, you know? So he's kind of known for just farming. But with someone like Morgana, if she can land her Q and then flash in and ult, they might be able to get something, but as long as Gragas has his flash and his dash up, there's not really much that he's going to get caught by, especially with just a Olaf jungle.
And they're setting up for that blue right now. They have it timed and everything.
They have the timing exactly, 7:10. So they all come in here. They have it warded. They got 4 people in here. It is a 4v4, and they're all closing in from all sides, but... And actually, St. Vicious able to pick that up with the smite. Very nice. And actually getting a Q onto Skarner and a follow-up ult and flashing. They're just going to put so much damage out. Morgana picking up the first blood against the Skarner. Getting caught out a little bit there was the jungle of Acer.
Huge first kill for Nijaki. Being able to get ahead of that Gragas, who is going to be extremely tanky late game. Extremely important. We have Elements, Nijaki, St. Vicious, and Saucy. Showing them all, looking all sexy in their gunners.
Cop's getting cut off.
I know,
That's
poor Cop,
nice.
man. I don't like Cop in China. I don't know what's going on.
But yes, still that first blood and the 2 blue steals giving Curse NA a good 1k gold lead at this point, even though Ezreal is up by 5 CS, not much.
Ezreal picking up those 2 Dorian's Blades and Vampiric Scepter to give him some sustain in lane, give him some more life steal during his game, or during his top laning. And it looks like Graves is actually going to pick up tier 2 boots and 2 Dorian's Blades. He doesn't really pick up that extra health or extra life steal for himself because he does have that Sona top with him.
Olaf going for that early gold for 5 item. He picked up a nice mana regen item on top of that. He's probably going to go for that second one. Not sure if he's going to go for an Oracle anytime soon. I know St. Vicious likes to go... Oh, there he's got it, yeah. I know he likes to go that Oracle after 1, so I was kind of confused. But it seems like he had enough gold when he went back to pick up all of those items. So an early Oracle from St. Vicious. Already just controlling the jungle with that early level 1 invade just gives them that little bit of map control, forcing Skarner to back off and farm more because he lost one of his buffs, and now just slowly getting little advantages, having the timer on the blue, taking it again, getting that kill, giving St. Vicious that assist and enough gold to pick up an Oracle, and now he's just going to go around, clear all the wards, and going to take away even more vision from Acer.
Exactly, scouting out those wards and making them lose vision. Giving Curse more map control is extremely important for the team. It's going to allow St. Vicious to roam their jungle more freely, to roam his jungle more freely, and to gank more freely. In the game is crucial. And right now they're almost at 2,000 gold ahead. Not too much, but that extra, that first blood for Nijaki has been really important for the team. I'm expecting probably a dragon coming soon, or it looks like Olaf maybe.
Yeah, it's actually a good call because even though it is 2v2, if they send Morgana can push on to Gragas okay, but you know, Gragas does have those barrels, but St. Vicious just cleared that top. Morgana's going to fall up. They're going to go for this dive, just like I was saying. They are going to push into the tower and try to force this 4v2. Let's see if Gragas responds. Actually, Zyra placing the seed, sees Olaf, and that's a really nice, wow, that's a really nice feeling from Acer. They knew that something was up. Someone was going somewhere. I think they might have saw Morgana going top with that ward in that side mid bush placed by the Gragas. So
it could have been an early tower for them, but they decided to back off because there's a bigger creep wave coming. Morgana playing safe because Gragas is that harass from Gragas. Those barrels, man.
How did he know that she was going back in that?
Throw a barrel up.
Yeah,
that would have been, I think, if Zyra wouldn't have put her seed in that bush, that would have been an extremely good gank for their team. Olaf being so tanky right now, they would have survived very well, and Sona having her ult, it would have been extremely good for them. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Now we're back to the laning phase, just trying to staying ahead.
Yeah, Olaf actually probably picked up that heart of gold before the Philosopher's Stone just so he can tower dive, and I'm sure they planned that. Like, if we get ahead, just buy an Oracles, try to dive someone, because a lot of teams, like, they never really used to be this aggressive, but upon realizing, watching all the Korean teams play and just be so aggressive, and just seeing that you can 4v2 dive and get out with, like, a double kill on one of your carries. Like, they love to do that strategy now and just be super aggressive, especially with someone like a tanky Olaf who can ult in, and Zyra's going to try to root him, and he's just going to run into Ezreal and tank the tower, while you got the Sona ult and the Graves and Morgana follow-up damage, and there's just going to get rolled over under their tower.
And I'm actually really impressed with Salt. Actually, it just has a little rumble, but Rumble is known to be a very aggressive top laner.
Yep.
Actually, they're bottom right now, so bottom laner. He's known to be very aggressive against many champions top, but Salty's doing a really good job staying with Rumble, staying at the same creep farm, doing pretty well.
And actually, look at this. We got the blue spawning again right now. Olaf coming in as if on perfect timing. These guys their teamwork is insane. Olaf just clearing the wards. There's nothing he can do. He's just going to come in, and actually they're going to smite the blue again. You know, and there's nothing that Acer can do. And now Ezreal and Zyra have to back off. The tower's too low. They can't risk being dived by 4 people. And just another small advantage going to Curse.
Magus is trying to go top to protect while...
Actually, St. Vicious has his ult up and probably will not get caught here. And actually a missed ultimate from Gragas does absolutely nothing. But Skarner up here is trying to help there, trying to get something onto someone. But actually a flash ult onto Zyra. Gets burst down immediately, but a flash ult from Skarner and enough damage to take out Sona as well. So for 1v1 trade, they're pretty nice. Both the supports going down in that fight.
You know, even though it may have been more beneficial for Ezreal or Skarner to pick up that, really crucial for Zyra. Every time I've seen Zyra play this tournament, she's been has very low health. She's been really under-leveled or really far behind in like items and things like that. Yeah. But for her to get that first kill for herself is really important. Even if it's just a support player, having that support, get her Philosopher's Stone, get those Heart of Gold, to get that extra gold will put her farther advanced in the game. You know,
or at least allow her to buy a lot of wards for the late game when we got that Oracle fight at Baron going on. Yeah. It's actually funny that she got the kill with her passive after she died. Yeah. It's like not something you would expect. But
oh, and Skarner actually was able to pick up an Oracles of his own, so now he's going to be able to better clear his jungle. So St. Vicious doesn't keep taking those blue buffs away from them. Yep. That was St. Vicious' 3rd blue buff that he's taken from them.
Yeah, I told you in the beginning, like, I was really excited to see if St. Vicious could control this game, and right now it's basically just the St. Vicious show. Because you know that for Curse, he's the one that calls all the shots, so he was like, okay, we're going to invade blue, and we're going to take it. He takes it. And he's like, okay, guys, group up right now, we're going in again. They take it again. He gets the Oracle, he's just dominating the other jungle, and it's really obvious that the experience is showing amazingly for St. Vicious. It's really, like, showing up this other jungler.
Exactly, and now we actually have Sona and Graves bottom and Malphite going top against Ezreal and Zyra. I want to see how this is going to play out because Gragas is also going up there, and Morgana was following him, but now she's just going to pick up those Wraiths.
I feel like Acer's trying to make something happen, but I mean, Malphite can just ult away, and Gragas, you know, putting a little poke on, but maybe just wanting to take down this tower, but realizing that a lot of people are coming up here, just backing off, getting out of there. They don't want any trouble with these guys. They know they're a little far behind.
Exactly. We have Skarner and Rumble bottom. I know right now you're not seeing them, but they're being really aggressive on Graves and Sona, so they're actually having to back off from that turret.
Skarner coming up through the lane, trying to maybe get someone. He doesn't have his flash, but he does have his ult, so maybe with the slow of Rumble's ult, he might be able to pick off. Not quite. Responding very well as Graves and Sona in the bottom lane.
Exactly. Now Rumble does have a little bit of a lead of creep farm, but Salty is really keeping up in farm. He's really pushing this lane, trying to get this turret, and I don't think Zyra or Ezreal will make it back in time to defend that turret.
No, they're both running up there, but there's a huge wave up there, like you said, and there's just going to be a lot of farming experience wasted up there on the tower. I like how Malphite actually just bought 2 gold per 5. Like, that bottom lane really seemed like just a farm lane. Like, Rumble was not able to put on much pressure. There wasn't a lot of jungle pressure in that bot lane, so both of them just went, you know, basic farm. And Malphite able to pick up 2 gold per 10 items, while Rumble went for none. Means that Malphite is going to have a lot more gold going into this mid-game, actually.
And it looks like Malphite picked up a chain vest and some cloth armor. That could possibly lead to a frozen heart.
Yeah, that's got to be a frozen heart.
Yeah. And
or a Randuin's, or a
yeah.
Guardian's Angel, but
most likely frozen heart. But if you actually look at both these items, everyone, well, not everyone, but a majority, almost all of Curse has a ward or 2.
Oh yeah. I thought you were actually going to mention the gold per 10 because so many people have wards and so many people have gold per 10s. Just looking at this team, you got like 6 on Acer and I don't know, 4 or 5 on Curse, but you see a little gank coming up here. Zyra flashing the axe really nice, but he has the red buff. Malphite actually missing his ult, but a lot of damage coming onto Zyra. Are they going to be able to pick him up? Yes, they are. They got the exhaust onto Olaf. A lot of damage went away from him, but almost able to get enough damage onto Olaf, but had to flash away there, actually. I'm not sure if he had to flash, but decided that maybe he wasn't sure where Gragas is, just had to get out of there.
That was a good fight, although it was really close for Olaf or St. Vicious. That was a good fight. They picked up that kill, but boy, was that close for St. He was almost dead.
Yeah, the true damage from Zyra's passive, even though she doesn't have any AP, still a lot of damage, you know.
Exactly, and Jackie, I'm not sure if he meant to miss that bush for that ward, or if he just wanted to ward outside the bush. But it was close. It was close enough to the bush.
Actually, wow, Citizen Wayne picking up his first blue of the game. Very nice. Well, like you were saying, Skarner picking up that Oracle is taking away a lot of the vision of Curse, so not just allowing them to roam around the map and do whatever they want. Pretty good idea. Allowing Gragas to finally pick up his first blue and give him a little bit of an advantage against this Morgana. Actually, besides even not having the blue, he's got the early gold per 10, and he's out farming the Morgana by 20 CS. Very nice job there by Citizen Wayne, really showing why he's considered like one of the best APs.
Exactly, but actually, also, before I left America and moved to Seoul, Korea, I actually watched a lot of Curse gameplay, watched a lot of Jackie. I constantly heard them saying was, make sure you buy wards, make sure you buy wards. Every time Jackie returns home, or anytime they return home, I always see them buy 2 wards, always return. And that's something that is kind of special about Curse, because they always work together and make sure that they have that vision, they have that map control at all times.
We were watching them scrim, and all the time Elements was like, where's your wards? Where's the vision? What's going on, guys? Like, let's get this warded up, you know? We need the vision. It's just so important for the way that Curse plays. Really emphasize those words and that vision.
And Morgana picking up that traditional Zhonya's Hourglass that'll allow her to use her ult and turn on that Zhonya's Hourglass, so she has that survivability, because...
Actually, we got a teleport in here from Malphite, but just backing off. Looked like they wanted to set up something. Morgana was coming down, and they were going to go... Backed off quite nice with a flash here from Rumble, but he goes red. Are you going to be able to do enough damage to Olaf? Yes, he is. Taking down St. Vicious. I'm not exactly sure why St. Vicious got caught up there. We weren't able to see it, but he does lose that Oracles, which is a pretty big deal here for Curse NA.
And that's something huge about Rumble. Once you get caught by Rumble, you can't get away.
Yeah.
Rumble is an extremely fast champion as well, but he also has a major slow. You never can get away from him. So for St. Vicious to get caught like that by that Rumble, what was he expecting?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He just got caught out. Maybe he had his ult on cooldown, or he used it already, or tried to trade and realized how much damage Rumble was doing and tried to get out of there. We're not exactly sure. We weren't able to get it on stream, but anyway. We were seeing the Acer guys, and that one guy in the back, Shabs, was just like, no, just chilling. He was doing absolutely nothing. I don't know. While Citizen Wayne just looked like so focused on the game. But Dragon coming up right away here. They have a pink ward here for Acer, so they know that they're doing it, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do anything. But Dragon going down extremely slow. They don't have Graves around here to do enough damage, but doing so much poke onto this and actually getting the Q onto Skarner and flashing in, doing so much damage, taking down Skarner. They have the ult onto Rumble, gets the stun. Zyra's ult goes off on a lot of people. It's too much damage coming out on Rumble. That's 2 kills for Curse going around, and the Malphite ult follow up onto Zyra. That's 3 kills for Curse, but none for Acer. A very, very nice engage by Curse.
That was an extremely good engage. Although Elements, I did see him miss that ult. It was a good whiff. Yeah. But still, it turned out...
Oh! Got a Q onto Gragas. Are they going to be able to do enough damage? He tries to dash away. He got the axe onto him for the slow, but they got a counter. Wow. Very nice play there by Acer, actually. He got the ignite and the ult from Gragas, just thrown down onto Olaf, and just too much damage. Maybe being a little too aggressive there was Curse. Trying to push their luck a little bit.
That was a really good ult from Citizen Wayne. Earlier we saw him ult and it wasn't too successful, but that ult turned out very well for him, giving him that kill. Yeah, I think it made up for it for sure. And actually Olaf has that lucky pick that he picked up, giving him a little bit extra gold, and now he's picked up a death cap. So he's going to be doing some major damage, especially with his ult and his Q. And as we said earlier, Malphite also going to be picking up that Frozen Heart. And he, well, as you can see, picked up that Glacial Shroud.
And actually landing a Q onto Ezreal, but not able to do enough damage. Ezreal was really low, but Gragas is able to pick that up. Morgana actually throwing on her ult, and so much damage coming out to Skarner. She's going to go down too. So they traded Dragon for 1 kill onto Skarner. I believe he lost his Oracles there. Actually, I think he lost them in the first fight. Still, that gives Curse the advantage to come in here and maybe put enough damage onto this tower to take it down.
Exactly. And from last game between SDS and LGIM, there was like so much poking in middle lane, and hopefully we're not going to experience the same thing here. But
no, like 15-minute poke session.
Oh, and here we go, picking up another blue. St. Vicious going in.
Seems like they were able to predict the timing, and actually no wards around Baron for Acer, so they thought they might be doing Baron, forcing Ezreal to ult and get some vision, but turns out they were just taking blue, and Ezreal wasted his ult. Exactly,
but Ezreal still hasn't picked up his Trinity Force yet, and Graves actually has, he's picking up that attack speed, he's going to go for a Phantom Dancer, and now he already has a Bloodthirster, so he's going to be doing a lot of lifesteal, and he's going to be doing a lot of damage really fast compared to that Ezreal. Ezreal really went for that Phage for that possible slow proc and everything.
And you saw that Ezreal was just going to go into the bot lane and farm some more, and they saw Skarner go top, and they easily took that opportunity. Wow, so much damage going on to Rumble. Just gets popped there by 1 Q and W by... Wow, that was a loud scream by Rumble. The Chinese guys are imitating it, but they did so much poke at the QW of Morgana onto Rumble that they were just able to jump in and easily take them down there. Wow.
That was an amazing ult again by Citizen Wayne. Although he wasn't able to pull off any kills, Malphite ulted in, got that kill on Rumble, which was extremely important for him. Malphite, the more tanky he gets, the more scary he gets. Everyone knows.
Already picking up that Frozen Heart. These two GP10s that he picked up so early in the game, along with being 105, 135 creep farm, doing pretty well for himself. Already picking up that Frozen Heart and a nice Negatron cloak there, and he's tanky going into this.
Exactly, and I'm banking on Nijaki is going to pick up a Death Cap. He's already got that needlessly large rod. He's got that Zhonya's Hourglass. Now he just needs to do some more damage he can pull out, the stronger his team will be. With that Zhonya's Hourglass, all he has to do is walk in, Zhonya's, or Ultimate, then Zhonya's.
Yeah. Interesting, we saw Olaf building pretty tanky. That's going to be because, again, his job in this game is basically to dive this Ezreal, who has a ton of farm. Already has his Triforce up. He's 1-0-1, 225 farm already. Only, it's not as much of a discrepancy as we've seen between the AD carries in other games, but still farming very well for himself. He's doing pretty nicely at 25 minutes into the game with how much action there's been.
And talking about farm, Gragas' farm is really outweighing Morgana right now.
Yeah.
He's up almost 50, 60 creep on him, which is substantial more gold for Gragas, which is
along with that gold percent.
Exactly, and it's putting him so much more ahead of Morgana. It looks like Acer is going to be trying to push mid, trying to get this tower. It's already pretty weak. They have this creep wave coming up. Good ult by top, trying to clear that creep wave really fast to save his tower.
Same with red buff, maybe trying to engage here. We do have Morgana, so it's about... We have actually a flash in by Morgana. Are they going to be able to... No, the Q just barely misses Zyra. He throws out her ult to get away, but an axe hits her. We got Saint going in here with his ult on, so fast, able to take down the Zyra, who got caught out just a little bit by the flash ult of Morgana. And this is just going to be... Dragon spawns pretty soon, or they might be able to go Baron. Just more control taken by Curse.
That was a really good initiation by... Although he was taking a lot of damage, he still was able to pick up that kill on Zyra. He knew that he had enough tankiness and enough damage to take her out really easily. And so he forced onto it. Although his team didn't follow him, he knew what he was doing. That Saint for you.
That's Sane. He takes control and just does what he wants. And his team knows enough that he's so experienced in his play, especially in League of Legends, to just make the right play most of the time.
Looks like they may be trying to force another fight middle. Oh, Morgana missing her bind. That could have been a forced fight right there. But they're taking their time, warding middle, and looks like Sona's going to check Baron, making sure there's no self.
I mean, they got to be thinking about taking Baron soon. They are up by a good chunk, 5k gold now. They do have the oracles on, I believe, Olaf or Sona. One of them has oracles. They did clear that Baron area. They have it totally warded up. And with the lead they have, they should be able to force a fight there and be pretty nice with the really nice initiation they have. If one person gets out of position for Acer, they're just going to be able to take her down immediately, as we saw right before with the Zyra.
Right now we actually have everyone kind of pretty much returning back to the lanes, and Malphite actually is pushing bottom. So it looks like they're trying to return some back to the lanes, put some more pressure on those lanes. It will make Acer kind of split up, leave that middle lane for them to have a chance to push that middle lane. Actually, they may be setting up for Dragon pretty soon.
Yeah, Dragon's got to be spawning pretty soon here. Definitely going to be able to easily take this, actually. Got the oracles on Sona. I mean, Acer has no idea. They have the exact timing on this. They're going to take the third Dragon of the game. Actually, Gragas was able to take the second one, so it's their second Dragon of the game. Again, just furthering their lead. They have so much map control.
Exactly. Graves finally finishing his Phantom Dancer with that Bloodthirster. He's going to be doing a lot of damage with that lifesteal. He's going to be able to last really long in a team fight. And, oh, it looks like Skarner might be trying to go in.
Actually, a flash onto the Sona, but taking so much damage to Skarner. No one on his team is near him, and actually just getting... He's going to get taken down pretty easily, and Sane is just soaking. He's able to jump in there. Nice initiation. Follow up by Sona after the ult, and actually Citizen Wayne going in there like a boss, doing so much damage onto the Graves. And actually 3 kills going on here for Acer, and what seems to be a really poor engage is turning around totally. And Acer just about to pick up an ace here. Nidaki trying to throw out his ult, but just not quite. And wow.
And that is an ace for Team Acer. That was a complete...
You were waiting 29 minutes to use that one.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
that is an ace for Team Acer, who are going to pick up Baron. That was an amazing team fight. A huge turnaround for Acer. That was an amazing ult by Citizen Wayne, doing so much damage, literally knocking that Sona down to nothing.
Yeah.
Even though Sona got an ult on 3 of them, none of them were able to take them down, and only being able to pick up 1 kill, Olaf picking off that Skarner.
I think one of Curse was not in the fight, and that's why they wanted to engage so badly. Someone on Acer was calling it to just go in. It doesn't matter, because no one was around Skarner, and he jumped in, and Curse was like, why are you engaging? You're alone. You know, and they turned around, did so much damage on Skarner. They actually got a really nice engage on 2 people with the Malphite ult, follow up by the Sona ult, but all of a sudden, like, Rumble and Gragas' AoE damage just turned the tables. Like, so many people on Curse started melting out of nowhere, and they were like, oh crap, we gotta run now after that initiation, which we thought we were gonna win this team fight so easily. And they just had to turn tail and just...
Also, Ezreal really focused on Cop. He knew Cop was going to do so much damage, so Ezreal immediately jumped, and Essence Flux immediately towards Gragas to do that damage, to get rid of him, and he got rid of him so fast, he zoned him out. Gragas wasn't able to do any damage. And it actually, oh, it looks like we have Gragas picking up a Deathfire Grasp, and,
oh boy.
Oh.
Look at that build, guys. That's a full-on DPS build from Gragas. This guy... I mean, he knows he knows that he's not being focused in these fights, so he can just go full DPS and not be scared. He has so much farm. This is like Froggen level farm. This is the pros. This is the top of the pros. And as we were saying before, this guy known for being one of the best, if not. And actually, Ezreal stealing the blue from the Olaf. A nice follow up coming from the Morgana, but
finally taking their own blue from St. Vicious. They're like, it's mine, St. Vicious. Screw you for taking ours. So many times.
We come to your jungle and take yours. Just like in your face.
But now Acer is playing extremely I feel like they think they have the opportunity to bring this game to home, so they're playing extremely aggressive, going off that momentum they just had from winning that team fight, and hopefully taking the second turret on bottom lane.
Some poke damage coming out, faint. As you saw, he was just tanking the tower for so long, and he can do that because the Baron buff gives him so much health regeneration. We saw he was just at half, and he's like almost at 3/4 right now. So
exactly.
He's just able to do that. And along with his life steal, he can just come to Wolves, and now he's at full health.
And he also picked up that last Whisperer, and you know who that's for. That's definitely
for the Malphite and
for the Malphite and the Olaf.
Yep.
He knows how tanky they're going to get, and he wants that extra armor penetration, that extra damage. And honestly, it's working for him. It's working really well for him.
Actually, something very interesting, which I didn't notice up until now. Ezreal picked up a Wriggles Lantern, which, if I remember, was like the meta for ADs like 6 months ago, or even longer ago. Like, they used to get that Wriggles Lanterns to get fast objectives because they were always bottom. But it was funny because in this game, Ezreal was top. So, very interesting build there. I mean, nowadays you see them go for the Triforce into Last Whisper, which I think Wound popularized from Azubu Frost, but a little bit of a mix-up there from Ezreal. I'm wondering why he did that.
Yeah, and looking at builds, you see Olaf picking up a Hexdrinker, which is really important for him for his survivability against Gragas with that AP damage. That Hexdrinker can save him from so much. And it looks like Acer is going to pick up their second tower in mid, being really aggressive against Curse. This is looking bad for Curse.
Yep.
That one team fight has really changed this game around.
Totally changed it. And I didn't want to say anything, but I feel like Morgana really should have gone for that Abyssal Scepter, especially against a double AP and someone like Gragas and Rumble, who are all about, like, Gragas has his slow and it's all the, like, besides that, like, all they have is a bunch of slow, you know? And besides that, it's just so much pure AP damage coming out, and if you don't have any resist for your team, like, it's not going to be too well. Like, it's not going to be too good. I mean, Malphite did pick up one eventually after that Frozen Heart, but I feel like they should have gone for that earlier because they really needed it.
Exactly. Right now, we're looking at Acer with 5 turrets, Curse with 3 turrets. Gold difference, only up about 1,000 gold. Still leading in kills. We're only 35 minutes into this game. This could be another drawn-out game if Curse decides to play very defensive and hold us down and do the poking game that we saw LGIM and SGS do last game. So I think if Curse can draw this out a little bit, this game will turn around and be very interesting.
I feel like they really have to focus one of the... Can't just let them go, but at the same time, you got a 4-0-3 Ezreal who's just in the back with a lot of protection. He does in these team fights. I feel like if they can do anything, they should just wait for Morgana to get a perfect Q by me and just engage off of that. And if they don't get that, I feel like they shouldn't engage at all.
Malphite does have his teleport. He can come down and help them get this dragon, but it doesn't look like they're going to. I don't think they want to fight this. I think they're going to back off and try to stay alive and play more defensively.
So that Nijaki wanted to do something, maybe throw out a Q. Skarner was kind of caught there, but not everybody was there, so full-on engaged there onto someone as stinky as Skarner.
And Salty actually pushing top lane pretty hard, getting those minions up there to that turret, forcing Acer to push that top lane to keep it protected so they don't lose that turret. Actually, they were all bottom after that dragon, so Salty actually probably could have pushed that turret a little bit further, but he decided to backplay it more safe, while Rumble, Zyra, and Ezreal go mid. Rumble trying to push down that mid and get closer to Curse's base.
If you look at the kill distribution on Acer's team, they actually have all the deaths on the people that they want them. And then you got a 2-0-4 Gragas, 4-0-3 Ezreal, and a pretty nicely distributed Rumble, I guess. 1, 2, and 4, but all of the support in the jungle, the guys who don't need to have all those crazy items, are the ones with the deaths and not all the kills. So.
Well, if you consider it, you want Curse to focus Skarner. Skarner is going to be the one to initiate. He's going to be the one to pull you in, and you want them to focus Skarner because right now he's not doing a lot of damage and he's not worth a lot of gold. So him just going in there, being able to just simply use that stun to pull one in will allow Gragas, will allow Ezreal, and will allow Rumble to get those kills that they for their team. Same with Zyra. Zyra's ultimate and her snare that she has with her binding ability.
Yeah, that's basically all they are at this point. It's just like ult bots, you know? Zyra and Skarner, like we were talking about. At this late in the game, wow, actually a lot of poke damage coming out into Olaf, and this late in the game, you just got Skarner with his ult. Like, he doesn't really do anything. There's no more lanes to gank, you know?
It's almost like they're a bait.
Yeah, pretty much.
Skarner and Zyra are like bait for them.
Yeah.
Wow, so that's that DFT that's getting nerfed. Wow, a nice ult coming out in sync, getting wrecked immediately. Starting this fight 5v4, you got Morgana flashing in, gets a nice ult on a lot of people. Pretty nice zone hits, and actually Skarner's going to go down, but again, he's worth no gold. They're going to try to turn onto Ezreal, but Gray's going down even faster. A lot of damage coming out. You got 3v1 up in the top against the Malphite. He's trying to take down that Ezreal, not able to, and actually Gragas going to take... Oh, is Morgana actually going to get away? Is it possible? But actually, wow, GA on Gragas.
GA on Gragas, giving him that survivability. No, he is not going to die. Citizen Wayne said no.
Yeah.
And
after getting all those AP items, just taking a really nice defensive item in GA. Perfect there. They're going to be able to pick up this second dragon for them. Acer really taking control of this game after that first game fight.
You know, with that Wriggles Lantern that Acer picked up for their Ezreal, he's really pulling off some lifesteal from that Baron, and now he's going to get even more. So he's just going to go back to being full health again, simply like that. So actually, that Wriggles Lantern has really helped him, and it made him extremely tanky.
Yeah, that's true. Gets the extra armor.
I can see why Cobb may be struggling against Ezreal, because he has that little bit extra survivability. And plus, he right now actually has a Banshee's Veil as well. Although it's down, he has that extra survivability when he does get hit by something. He will deflect it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Deflection.
Yeah. That was so true what we were talking about before. Like, Skarner went in, and they were able to take out Olaf so quickly. It started off, basically, the fight as a 5v4 for Acer. And then Skarner was just going to ult in. They were able to kill Skarner, but it didn't matter. Like, he didn't even have an Oracles. He just went down, and he was worth almost no gold. And just all of their damage was focused onto someone who doesn't really do anything besides ult.
He's literally like a scorpion meat shield.
Yeah, that's basically all he does.
He's like, I'm a scorpion meat shield, and I have an Oracles.
Yeah.
So come kill me, and then I'll buy another Oracles. Wow, I mean, Gragas, Citizen Wayne is really putting down the damage.
Oh, wow.
And
he's playing so well in this game, I have to say. All of his ults, except that first one, maybe a little bit of the jitters, start of the game, but he is just landing every single one in a perfect position. And that ult has a 1-to-1 ratio with his AP. And this guy with, like, probably around 600, 700 AP with all of his items now, he's doing, like with not counting magic resist, he's doing, like, 1,300 damage with his ult. So.
And that GA, I will give him credit, was a perfect pickup for him.
Yeah.
Perfect pickup. He does not want to die because he knows how strong he is.
Yeah, and looking at his items before that fight, he definitely picked it up like right before that fight, which is really nice timing, actually.
Yeah, and if you look at his creep score, he's at 428.
Yeah.
That is a huge creep score lead over Morgana.
And if you remember, early on in the game, they were able to take the blue from Skarner, and Morgana was able to get that level 3 blue, and was just not really able to do much with it. You know, they should have been able to put a lot of pressure on the melee champion of Gragas, but Citizen Wayne just has so much experience on a guy like Gragas, and just showing that he's probably a step ahead of everybody in this game, just showing everybody like how to play.
Exactly. You know, we've seen a lot of Gragas, but recently he did have a nerf on him, so you haven't seen a lot of them most recently. But it seems like Curse may be getting a little bit down because of that lost team fight and losing that Baron fight. They seem to be losing momentum that they had earlier. Really strong earlier, like, and that they were going to come out on top. But after those two fights, they really, it seems like they're kind of falling apart right now. And we have Acer waiting for those minions to push up, trying to get them poked on that turret, poking everyone they can, poking that Morgana pretty well. And all they're trying to do is just bring that turret down just a little bit more. Oh, that was a close one for Ezreal.
He's abusing this so nicely. I really have to give a hand to this Ezreal. He has the Baron. He just walks in, takes like 3-4 Baron hits. He has a lot of armor, and the Banshee's got a lot of health, and he can just flash out of the way with his E. You know? he's not going to get caught, and there's nothing that Curse can really do about it. Just able to poke it down. Look at this. Taking 1-2 tower hits, doesn't matter. And along with all the poke of Ezreal, you got Rumble with his ease, and you got Zyra, and of course the Gragas values are probably the biggest source of damage.
And they're slowly bringing down that turret, one by one. Ezreal taking that turret damage over and over and over. He'll keep taking it. He's like,
yeah, look, he's
I love turret damage. Waiting for more minions.
Yeah, normally teams will wait and play passive and just slowly poke down the turret. Ezreal's having none of it. I mean, they did lose the Baron, and looks like Sane noticed that, and they wanted to engage there maybe, but not going in quite yet. I see Ezreal moving with this huge wave in mid, just poking down this mid turret now.
Exactly, and Graves trying his best to defend it while Team Acer is trying to transition back to mid to protect their Ezreal. Ezreal's an extremely important champion.
Sorelli is popped by Olaf, and no going because Ezreal's just going to be like, no, I don't want to get caught by any of this. He's just going to eat away.
Exactly, that Essence Flux allows Ezreal to get away so easily, and it looks like they're going to transition back to top to try to take this tower, keep pushing it over and over and over again. They're trying their best to push in to their base to take their first inhibitor, but they're having an extremely hard time right now because, oh, wait, they might actually take this turret.
Yeah, they're going to do so. Curse is going to have to look to engage here if they want to do anything. They got to get a really nice engage, but you see Ezreal has that Banshee's Veil. They cannot Malphite ult onto Ezreal. That is a key factor. They cannot go full on to Ezreal like Malphite loves to do to 80s because of that Banshee's Veil pickup. I feel like that was a really nice pickup actually by Ezreal.
Exactly, and the best thing for Curse to do right now is play very defensively, play passively, because it's so important for them to protect that inhibitor, to protect their base and their mid tower. That's all they have to do right now, and wait for the perfect engagement to possibly bring this game back for themselves. Ezreal actually picking up their wolves, trying to clear their jungle as best as possible. He also still has red buff, which is extremely good for him, giving that DOT effect. Well, damage over time, for those of you who don't know DOT. And actually they're picking up another dragon, which is only going to put them farther ahead. Right now, you're looking at about
8K gold.
Wow, 8K gold ahead.
Yep.
That changed really fast from earlier this game. They were far behind, but now with those 7 turrets over 3 from Curse, they're really pulling ahead in this game.
Yeah, it was just that one team fight where it looked like Skarner was just being out of control. I was actually, after that fight, I was thinking like, oh, I gotta mention how like Skarner maybe a little inexperienced, going a little too aggressive here, but it seemed like it was all part of the plan. Just turning it around and like totally flipping the tables of this whole entire game.
Exactly, and normally you sometimes see Graves pick up an Infinity Edge, but actually he immediately went for that last Whisper because he knows how tanky Skarner is, he knows how tanky Gragas is right now, he knows how tanky that entire team is, so he wants to do that extra damage. And also he picked up that QSS for that Skarner ult, because he knows Skarner wants to jump on that Graves, to get rid of that Graves right away. With that QSS, he's going to be able to get away quite easily. And it's actually going to give him a lot of magic resist for Gragas. And it looks like Acer is going to Baron, trying to pick up another Baron for themselves.
Yeah, they didn't notice that ward up there, but actually they're so far ahead now, but actually a pretty nice engage onto Olaf, but not quite. Q not hitting anyone, but Skarner looks like he wants to go in here, force the Black Shield into Morgana. Will he be able to pull someone else if he guesses Graves? But he has a QSS, instantly QSSing it. Actually a kind of lackluster follow-up ult by Rumble, and Nidaki just jumping in here, ulting, and getting absolutely no one. But you see a lot of damage coming in on Skarner. Skarner's going to go down, but again, Skarner doesn't matter. You got the exhaust on the guy, gets so much damage coming out. Still has his Zhonya's and his GA up. Malphite going down to the back damage of Ezreal. Now going to just clean up here. You got Gragas respawning. Ezreal already has 1 kill. Is he going to get a 2nd kill? Chasing onto Sona. He's going to be able to pick up that. Wow, just a crit chunking Morgana right there. And just Ezreal 7-0-6 at this point in the game. There are people walking out of the stadium right now. I gotta say, they're like, this game is quite done.
That was an amazing game. Seriously, Acer really turned that around for their team. And I don't know if you noticed, but once they got that momentum going, it was GG.
Oh, yeah.
Once they got that momentum, they did not stop. They want to win. They want this so bad. This being their first tournament, they're working so well together. It's absolutely amazing. Greg is doing that immense damage. Ezreal coming in, trying to take out top with his Graves, but looks like they know this is GG.
This is going to be GG, folks. A very, very well played game by a new team in Acer, taking out Perennial. GG.
That was intense. I literally thought Curse was going to be winning that game, but it was turned around so easily by Acer. That one team fight ruined it for Curse. Seriously, I expected Curse to come on top of this match.